Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for Mercury Retrograde. I apologize about the lighting. There's a really funky shadow coming through, but I think we'll still be able to see the cards. This is a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs during Mercury Retrograde. Mercury is entering retrograde on October 31st and coming out on November 20th. And as many of you know, Mercury in retrograde gets a really bad rap for having mishaps with communication, technology breakdowns, things getting lost in the mail, etc., etc. But if you know how to anticipate and to work with the flow of Mercury retrograde, you can really create something positive out of this period. So this reading is going to talk about what retrograde is going to bring into your lives, what aspects of your lives will be most affected, how you can minimize the damage, what lessons need to be learned, how you can use your past to heal and aid you in your journey, and then also what the final outcome can be, what you can learn from this. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's get into your reading. As I'm reading, I'm going to ask that you guys go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if that's something you're into, and also comment and share at the end of the video. Woof! All right, so let's go ahead and get into this reading. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Mercury retrograde. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Mercury retrograde. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, Mercury retrograde. The overall energy here is the Seven of Pentacles. Very interesting. Okay, so Leo, what will retrograde bring into your life? Wow, Ace of Pentacles. This is a blessing. Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, and this is all about abundance. This is health and wealth. And there's definitely some sort of blessing, some sort of opportunity for abundance coming into your life during Mercury retrograde. Very nice. What aspect will be most affected by this retrograde period? This is the Four of Pentacles. This is your savings. So I feel like this has a lot to do with finances. A lot of you might have been working on law of attraction, and you might see some of those things coming to you. The Four of Pentacles is all about holding on to things. It's all about saving. It's all about building that foundation, but you have to be careful that you don't hold on too tightly, because there needs to be a really nice ebb and flow. Okay, that you have to pay attention to the giving and the receiving, and make sure that you're being generous of spirit as well during this process. Now, this Four of Pentacles is really different though than a lot of my other decks, and it looks like I've got this bride. If it looks like to me it's a bride here, and she's plucking someone out, the banker out of the bank. So I do want you to be careful that there's not something that's draining your finances. I also want you to pay attention to who's influencing your finances, what advice you are getting. Okay, you might have to really pay attention and be very discerning with getting advice, financial advice, and people that are affecting your finances. Okay. All right. Some of you might be working on getting a loan. At this time, you might want to hold off until Mercury retrograde is, has moved, until we have moved through Mercury retrograde. And I also want you to pay attention to what might be draining your finances. Now, it could be something in your behavior or your lifestyle, and it's a really good time to go back and look through, okay, like what have I been needlessly spending on if you are trying to save. Also look at, is there a person? Is there someone that's taking, some sort of, and not necessarily somebody stealing from you. I mean, although it very well could be, but, is there somebody or something that's siphoning money away from you, and it's sort of been all in good times and good fun, but maybe that friend who never can quite pay their own bill, or who always sort of needs something or a favor. So you're really going to have to take a look at that during this Mercury retrograde period. How you can minimize the damage and negative results of the Mercury retrograde period. This is the moon, and this is I love this card because it's kind of like this is a self-reflection card, and it's all about making sure that you're seeing things for what they really are. Again, maybe there's somebody who you think you're having a really good time with, but actually they're taking from you. And this could also be, look at your behaviors. Maybe you're not being honest with how you're sort of draining your bank account, or how you or might be siphoning money off into something that's really not worth it or not for your highest good. Okay, I also want you to remember that during Mercury retrograde, it's a short period, October 31st through November 20th. Then we do have the shadow periods leading up to it and afterwards, that there can be a lot of miscommunications. There can be technology breakdowns, a lot of sort of mishaps. So remember that it is just a short period, and we will come out of it. So no matter how frustrating it might be, try to take it very lightly. Try to make sure that you're seeing things for what they really are, and recognize that during Mercury retrograde, things can get complicated, but that doesn't mean that that's the way they are. Now, what lessons need to be learned during this period? The Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy, and this is all about making decisions. So there might be something here you really have to cut out of your life. I'm getting that because your finances are going to be, or could be health as well. So if it is, if it is your finances, you might have to cut out some behaviors or people that are draining or taking from you. Okay, that's causing a negative impact on your life. It could also be health. Okay, so maybe look at things that, the way that you're eating, or any sort of physical or exercise routines that you need to do, but cutting away bad habits as well, and making that decision to do so kind of once and for all. Now, the fifth card is what past experiences can help you heal and aid on this journey. This is the Tower. So I want you to go back to when there was any sort of sudden change, or any real paradigm shift. So a Tower moment is something that happens very quickly, or it just sort of shakes the foundation of who you are, or of a relationship that you're in, or a way of thinking. And I want you to really look back at how, when this has happened in the past, how you were able to get through it, how you were able to deal with it, and the value that it had. So look at sort of these tumultuous, scary changes that you've been through, and then look at them as learning experiences and what you learned from them. Okay, and this is going to really help you heal. It's really going to help you on this journey of through Mercury retrograde, which can be very murky, frustrating, and hurtful and angry if we don't know how to manage, or how to get through it, and how to manipulate it so that it works for our favor, or in our favor. So the final outcome here is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, and the Eight of Cups is all about walking away. I love this because there's something that's taking away from your energy, or your finances, or taking away from your health and your wellness. And you really need to learn how to make that decision to cut out those things that no longer serve you. And it's going to be it might be a really big, it might be a sudden change, it might be a total paradigm shift for you, Leo, okay? But ultimately, you're going to be doing what's best for you in this situation. You're going to be walking away from it. You're going to be starting a new journey. This Eight of Cups is the person, they walk into the Moon card. So in one of the cards, the Eight of Cups, they're starting out on a journey, and they have their back to us during the full moon. And then in the Moon card, they're walking through that period of time, coming towards, a clarity in their emotions and in the situation, and gaining clarity from this. So I'm really getting that for you guys here, that you're going to be making a decision to cut something out. It's going to be a pretty big thing. It's going to shake some foundation, either your foundation, it's going to have to do with your finances, or your health and your abundance. Could have to do with a relationship as well. Make sure that you're really self-reflective, and you realize this is only a short period of time. Nothing lasts forever. Okay, Leo, also your overall energy here is Seven of Pentacles, so it's more health, wealth, happiness energy. And the Seven of Pentacles is all about being very discerning. He's going back and he's looking at the seeds he's planted, the relationships, the things, the projects, the people that they've put a lot of effort into, and analyzing it and trying to see if those things have been worth it, or if there is any return on it. And if there is no return, well, then maybe it's time to go in another direction, but not during Mercury retrograde. Okay, Mercury retrograde is not the time necessarily to do that, but make sure that you are discerning and you're checking up on it. You're doing that, that check-in. Okay, what is not serving you anymore? It's going to have to change. You may have to cut it out, and you're going to have to do what's best for you, because I get you've invested a lot of time and energy into this person, this relationship, this activity, this project. All right, Leo. So this is a very interesting reading for you. Ultimately, it's going to be good, and you can definitely turn it into a learning experience and avoid, misunderstandings and any damage caused during Mercury retrograde by just being really self-reflective, trying to see things for what they really are. Okay, but really just making sure that you don't ignore this blessing and abundance that's coming to you. Okay, and that might be the gift of vision here, of seeing things for how they are. That's what I'm getting. And being able to see something that's actually negative for you, that you didn't think was so subversive, or something that you thought was kind of harmless actually is doing some sort of damage, and being able to cut that out. All right, Peacock, let it shine. I love this because 4 and 6 is 10. This is the completion of something. Your heart chakra is open. Okay, so this might have to do with a relationship, or it just might have to do with you stepping into the spotlight, where a Leo belongs and does their best. Okay, so just let it shine. Don't let anything dim your light, Leo. Okay, you deserve to be in the spotlight. You like it there. You're happy there. All right, and Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Okay, so there might be some sort of heavy, serious energy coming in through during this Mercury retrograde period for you. But the Sandpiper Spirit, they're splashing around in the water. They're having fun. Don't forget to have fun. I'm getting like dance, go out, be with friends, really show off, dress up. Make sure that you're paying attention to your health and your wealth, but also that you feel good about your body, that you make sure you pamper yourself, and make sure, you take a few nights during Mercury retrograde to go out with your friends, girls or boys or whatever it might be. Okay, and if you're a woman or whatever, if you wear makeup, do your hair and makeup, and make sure you feel like that. You feel Leo, you feel good about yourself. That's really going to help you. Okay, and give you a real confidence boost. Spirit, what's the final message for Leo during Mercury retrograde? What's the final message for Leo during Mercury retrograde? What's your final message for Leo during Mercury retrograde? All right. Embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. Yeah, definitely. So don't forget to be happy. Don't forget that even if you find out that something that you thought previously wasn't negative is negative or has been taken away from you, just remember this gift of vision, okay? And this blessing that's coming to you is all about making your life more abundant and happier. So no matter how difficult any lesson might be, or if you have any sort of sudden shakeups or paradigm shifts, remember that it's all in the name of transformation. Don't forget to be Leo, to be in the spotlight, to have that warm, hot, creative energy, and to love life like Leos do. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, comment, and share if that's something you like to do. And remember that I love you guys so much, and I appreciate you guys so much being on this journey with me. And I hope you guys have a beautiful Mercury in retrograde.